Why am I smiling? My team's 0-1. Green Bay won their first game. We're already a game behind the Commanders and the Eagles. Why am I smiling? Well, I'll tell you. It's because football is back, baby! Johnny B. Cowboy giving Cowboy Nation and Cowboy Hater Nation their second dose today of football education and information. So the first week of the NFL is almost in the books. We've got the Bills and the Ravens squaring off right now. Big time game there. Tomorrow we've got the Vikings and the Bears, and that will have something to do. Cowboy fans should watch that game if you want to see about who the Cowboys are playing in week 3 after the Giants. So let's talk about these games. Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields had a duel, and Pittsburgh came out on top 34-32. They both played well. As discussed in a previous video, the Commanders took care of the Giants pretty easily, I might say. We'll get back to that. San Francisco on a late drive by Brock Purdy and company, 17-13 over Seattle. Good game. That was in Seattle. Don't sleep on these games where teams go on the road and win. Pittsburgh went on the road and won. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season as a head coach. Now, I've heard it said that he may do it this year. I don't know why. Aaron Rodgers last year threw 28 touchdowns and 11 interceptions on a bad team. The Jets didn't do well, but now Pittsburgh, that was 500 last year. I believe they were 9-8. Now they've got a better quarterback, although Justin Fields did look good today. Moving on, we've got Green Bay beating Detroit, as I mentioned. Something of note, Micah Parsons did not get on the stat sheet. Not a tackle, not an assist, not a sack, not a forced fumble, not a fumble recovery. He is nowhere to be found on the stat sheet. Now, if you ask Google on AI, they'll say, well, he made a significant imprint on the game by forcing Jared Goff up into the pocket and forcing him to throw away a ball that forced Detroit to kick a field goal. He did not register on the stat sheet at all. Now, you guys know I am not a Jerry Jones fan. I am not. But maybe, just maybe, we'll see. Time will tell. It's only one game. Dallas might have made the right decision. I've been saying that since the beginning. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it's just one game. But before you say, well, he hadn't been practicing, he hadn't been doing that, you're going to make that excuse for him. Okay, well, let's make the same excuse for CeeDee Lamb, who had a couple of drops, but still caught 7 passes for 110 yards. Let's make that, make that excuse for him. Moving on, the LA Rams in a defensive fight beat the Houston Texans 14-9. Tough game in LA. Texans represented themselves pretty well. They may make some noise in that weak AFC South division. Speaking of the AFC South, Tennessee made a pretty good accountability for themselves against Denver, a team that I think is going to easily win double digits, have double-digit wins. Tennessee was on the road. Denver put them away finally 20-12. The Las Vegas Raiders went into New England. Again, don't sleep on the road wins in the NFL, and they beat the Patriots 20-13. Geno Smith and company. The Bengals beat the Browns 17-16, only because the Browns missed a field goal, or missed an extra point, actually. That's 1 point is the difference why the game did not go into overtime. 17-16. Tampa, they were down 20-17, and Baker Mayfield led a touchdown drive of, I think, just under 2 minutes to put them ahead, making it 23-20. They go to kick the extra point to make it a 4-point game to force Atlanta to have to score a touchdown, and they missed the extra point. So it's 23-20. Atlanta gets down there with Duck Koo Kim, who seems to miss a lot of clutch kicks. He has about a 43-yarder to put the game into overtime at the gun, and he misses it. So Tampa Bay gets a road win against Atlanta. Tampa Bay won their division last year won a playoff game last year, and got swept by Atlanta. Again, another road win in the NFL. A divisional road win. That's big for Tampa. Arizona beat New Orleans in New Orleans. Kyler Murray looked pretty good. They won 20-13. I think New Orleans is going to have a rough year this year. Shout out to my buddy Larry, who's a Saints fan. Used to be a Cowboy fan. Gonna say this publicly, buddy. Come back to the Star. Come back. We'll still accept you. Carolina got handled by Jacksonville. This game had a little bit to do in common with the Dallas game, the Dallas-Philadelphia game, because there was a lightning delay. It went on for quite a bit. I believe it was over an hour, but Jacksonville won the game 26-10 handily. Trevor Lawrence looked good. Of course, it's Carolina they beat, and they were at home. Nobody expects Carolina to do much on the road or, for that fact, even at home this year. Miami just got it handed to them by Indianapolis. Now, is Miami that bad? Or is Indianapolis maybe going to make some noise in that AFC South? The AFC South's getting interesting. Even in the losses, they put up good fights. But they were up on Miami at one point. I believe it was 30-0. They ended up winning 33-8. They gave up a late touchdown, and Miami went for 2. Now, I want to go back and discuss something about the Giants. They were run on 32 times by Washington. They allowed 220 yards. And they also allowed over 200 yards passing as well, as Jaden Daniels threw for, he was 19 for 30, 233 yards and a touchdown. You know, nothing wild, but Washington effectively moved the ball on this team pretty consistently. The Giants, to their credit, kept it kind of close until late. It was 14-6. Washington scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter. I think Dallas is going to have their way with the Giants, so we'll discuss that later in the week. Johnny B. Cowboy out, reminding you to be good to each other. Be kind this week. Tomorrow's Monday. Be brave. It won't be that bad this week. Put a smile on your face. Try to put a smile on somebody else's. Johnny B. Cowboy, I'm out. See you guys soon. God loves you. Yee-haw!